Black coffee, I'm in trouble. Black coffee, I see trouble. Man, I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm so dizzy. Black coffee, please get busy. Oh, now baby, you get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy. Please get busy. Man, I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy.
Hello and welcome inside Leominster TV Studio A. This is 20 games for 20 years. I'm Todd Robbins. The 2018 season represents the 20th year of Leominster High School athletics being broadcast consistently to a television audience, initially through Cablevision Channel 36, which was transmitted from the Media Center at Leominster High, beginning with the football season in 1999. Channel 36 would eventually join Channel 29 and a host of other numerals in what has since 2001 been known as Leominster Access Television, or today's Leominster TV. Much like I myself have aged since first taking the play-by-play mic as a 14-year-old freshman in 1999, so too has the personnel, technology, and even the branding of our broadcast coverage. From LHS TV 36 to BDSN, the Blue Devil Sports Network, or Blue Devil Sports Night, to LATV's Action Sports, to LHS Football on Leominster TV. No matter what we've called it, our mission has been the same. Serve our community by bringing top quality coverage of Leominster High School athletics into viewers' homes, especially those populations that so desperately want to take part and for one reason or another cannot make it to the game. Perhaps it's to celebrate with the players, parents, coaches, fans, and boosters of the blue and white, so they can relive it all throughout their careers and now for so many in the years that have followed, as their kids, grandkids, and great-grandchildren become part of the tapestry that is this community's historic athletic tradition. They can use this coverage to weave their and our shared history together. Over the next 20 episodes, we will celebrate our 20 seasons of television coverage by breathing new life into the games that live in our archives, beginning as it did 20 years ago with LHS football. As through the magic of digital technology, we bring you 20 games for 20 years. It is in that spirit that we bring you this game from Doyle Field in our inaugural 1999 season, labeled with the brand of LHS TV 36, shot direct to VHS tape by director and videographer Richard Levy, and preserved in our archive for the last 19 years. Remastered by our archivist Jack Selly, we bring you this game with my original play-by-play call. Pre-game and halftime analysis provided by Chang Gang captain and LHS poet Bob Cross. 20 Games for 20 Years presents a Week 7 matchup from 1999, the Blue Devils versus the Pioneers of St. John's High School.
Tonight, your 4-2 Blue Devils will host the 6-1 St. John's Pioneers. Hello everybody, I'm Todd Robbins, and welcome to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. Your Blue Devils are coming off the 21-0 loss to Neshoba. They've been working hard this week in practice, and we'll see what happens tonight. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36 with the poet, Bob Cross, in just a moment. And hello everybody, and welcome back to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. Hello everybody, I'm Todd Robbins, along with the poet Bob Cross. Bob, 21-0 loss last week to Neshoba. What happened?
Well, I think what we didn't really need to do was to give Neshoba momentum. And early in the game, their defense kind of stepped up and made a couple of blocks and never looked back, and they had the momentum. Now our defense came alive the second half, but the damage was done the first half when it was 21-0.
And so I've mentioned earlier that they've been working their butts off in practice. I mean, do you think they've kind of gotten that out of their system and will clean up tonight?
Well, I hope so, because they can't take this team very lightly either. St. John's is 6-1 and they're for real as well. So certainly if we don't come ready to play, it's going to be another defeat. But I'm sure John has the team and the kids ready tonight, and hopefully we'll come out with a victory and our defense will step up.
And welcome back, everybody, to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. Once again, I'm Todd Robbins, and welcome to Doyle Field, where tonight your 4-2 Blue Devils host the 6-1 St. John's Pioneers. And we are in for a great game this evening. Tonight's official is Bernie McCaffrey. Tonight's weather from our friends at the Weather Channel. Mostly clear and cold, low near 40, and winds will be calm. Of course, MIAA rule changes for this season. There will be 5 timeouts per team per half, 3 full and 2 20-second. We will be hearing the announcements for the St. John's Pioneers in just a moment, followed by the introductions of your Blue Devils. And then we'll have the coin toss and the national anthem all here on LHS TV 36. But for now, we'll be right back in just a moment. And welcome back, everybody, to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. And now our PA announcer, Jack Tucker, with the introduction of your Blue Devils offense.
Number 77, Leo Fortier. The center for the Blue Devils is number 50, Jack Reed. Our right guard this evening, number 54, Greg Giordoni. Our right tackle, number 58, Matt Comerford. At split end, number 81, Sean Booth. Wide receivers, number 88, Joe Gallagher. Number 40, Justin Madrigal. Number 31, Bill DeLillo. Number 80, Carlos Colon. Number 22, Ross O'Donnell. Running backs, number 32, Eddie Sanchez. Number 33, Dane Williams. Number 34, Danny Sanabria. Quarterback, number 15, Paul LeBlanc. And the rest. Coin toss of midfield, that will be followed by the national anthem. As a member school of the MIAA, Leominster High School is committed to encouraging and promoting the high ideals.
And thank you, Jack Tucker. And we now await referee Bernie McCaffrey and tonight's coin toss. And here comes Blue Devils captains. Here come the Blue Devils and St. John's captains. You'll notice on the far left, number 1, Jason Morales, in a sling. After dislocating his shoulder in our game at Neshoba Friday night, he is now out for the season. He will, of course, be here, and we do hope for a speedy recovery, but doctor's best estimates, he'll be out for this season. And that's too bad, as this is his last season as a Blue Devil. But we now await the coin toss. And from the looks of things, the coin has gone down. We'll now wait for the signal. Our quarterback matchup this evening for your Blue Devils, number 15, Paul LeBlanc, and for St. John's High, number 12, David Frew. St. John's won the toss, elected to receive the opening half kickoff, and the Blue Devils will defend the end zone to our immediate left. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your 1999 Blue Devils marching band and tonight's national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we now ask you to please rise, join with the 1999 Leominster High School Blue Devil Marching Band as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And we'll be right back with the opening half kickoff here on LHS TV 36. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football here on your flagship station for Blue Devils football action, LHS TV 36. I'm Todd Robbins, live here from Doyle Field for tonight's game. Doing the kicking for your Blue Devils will be number 14, Joey Henry, and the kick is away, and we are underway here. Ball will go to number 20, Belin Sonthanax, and he'll pick up a decent return. He'll be officially marked at the 33-yard line. And so here comes the Pioneers and their quarterback, number 12, David Frew, for their first possession of the game and the first half. Ball on the 33, 1st and 10 Pioneers. Frew comes to the line under center I formation. Man in motion coming from the near sideline to the far. Frew will snap and hand to the man on the bottom of the pile. He was number 26, Jim Fitton. And so that'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They gave him a gain of 1. Ball on the St. John's 34. 10:22 to go here from Doyle Field. Of course, no score as we are just underway. Game 7 of your Blue Devil season. Man in motion coming from the far line to the near. Frew under center will snap and go back to pass. He throws complete to number 10, Joe Okra. And he looks like he'll be close to the first down if he did not get it. And we've got an official's timeout as they can't decide. And so they'll have to bring in the chains for a measurement. Again, that receiver was number 10, Joe Okra, catching a pass from number 12, Jim Frew. And here comes the chain gang. A little confusion on the field as to what was going on. But here we go. And Bernie McCaffrey and crew will stretch out the chains. Let's see what they get. And they are real short. Actually, from the look of where Bernie is holding the chain, they aren't very short at all, but they are short nonetheless. And it'll be a 3rd and inches here from their own 42 for the Pioneers. And so with 9:48 to go, 3rd and inches. Let's see what they do. Ball on the far hash. Frew breaks his huddle. He will come to the line. Split backs in the backfield. And a receiver to the far sideline. Snaps and hands to number 26, Jim Fitton. Will plunge it through for the first down for the Pioneers, and they have their first down of the game. And that comes with 9:45 to go. Ball now on the 45-yard line of the Pioneers. 1st and 10. Once again, no score with 9:35 to go. Your Blue Devils hosting the Pioneers. This is the first possession of the game. And Frew will break his huddle and comes to the line. Split backs in the backfield. 2 receivers to the near sideline. He'll snap and pitch it to number 26, Jim Fitton. And there appears to be a fumble, but St. John's did recover, even if there was. And so that'll bring up 2nd down. Actually 9:15 to go. 2nd down and 10 for the Pioneers. They'll break the huddle, or they will actually, here comes Frew, who had to go to the sideline to get his play. Ball on their own 45, still 2nd and 10, Pioneers. Frew breaks the huddle. I formation, 2 receivers to the near sideline. Frew puts a man in motion from the near sideline to the far, and he'll snap and hand to number 26, Jim Fitton. Goes to the far sideline and is driven out of bounds after a gain of about 4 on the play. And the ball will be spotted at just about midfield. Actually, a little bit over. And officially, the Pioneers have broken midfield for the first time. We have an injury timeout, and the injury is on the Blue Devils sideline. Again, due to the pack that's formed around them, we can't see who it is. We'll try to get an update in a moment, as we now have an injury timeout going on. I can see Coach Young, Coach Dubzinski, our trainer, and I can't recognize anybody else that has packed in around them, nor can I recognize the injured player. Appears to be his leg from where they're concentrating on. But we'll take this moment to step out for a quick minute, and we'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. And welcome back to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. The injured player for your Blue Devils was number 7, Peter Perla, and we'll try to get an injury report as soon as we can. Ball on the far hash, 3rd and 4 Pioneers. Ball on the Blue Devil 49-yard line. Frew with split backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the near sideline. Number 88 shifts closer to the middle of the field. And Frew will drop back to pass, tipped at the line, incomplete. Ball was tipped by number 90, Victor Garcia. And that'll bring up 4th down, and the Pioneers will be forced to punt on this 4th and 4 from the Blue Devils 49-yard line. So the Pioneers' first drive of the game, which took off quite quickly, stalled at midfield, and they'll be forced to punt. Joe Gallagher subbing in for Jason Morales on the punt return, with Joey Henry back. Doing the punting for the Pioneers is number 13, Matt McCoulian. Ball taken by number 14, Joey Henry, comes to the near sideline and is driven out of bounds after a return of about 5. And so here comes Blue Devils quarterback Paul LeBlanc up for the Blue Devils' first drive of the game.
Thought somebody was throwing stuff at me.
8:27 to go from Doyle Field. No score. 1st and 10 Blue Devils from their own 29-yard line. LeBlanc will snap and hand to number 34, Danny Sanabria. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Blue Devils, as they'll give Sanabria a 2-yard run. Here it comes, number 81, Sean Booth, in with the play. LeBlanc will snap the huddle and come to the line. Ball on the near hash. 2nd and 8 Blue Devils from their own 31. I formation behind LeBlanc. One receiver to his left and right. LeBlanc will snap in hand to Santa Brea once again. And get a few. That'll bring up a 3rd down. Third and about 3 with 7:33 to go. Ball on the 37-yard line. LeBlanc will break his huddle. I formation behind him. So that's Ross O'Donnell and Joe Gallagher, the receivers who go out to LeBlanc's left. He'll snap in hand to Santa Brea, plunges it forward, and it looks like he'll be stopped at the line. They may give him 1 on the play. And that'll bring up a 4th and 3 Blue Devils, as it'll be 3 and out for their first drive. Number 10, Joe Okra, and number 20, Glenn Sonthanax, back for the Pioneers, and Paul LeBlanc doing the punting for your Blue Devils. So snap and the kick is away, as it's going to go end over end, come to the nearest sideline. We'll skip and take a St. John's bounce, and we'll go out of bounds at about the St. John's 47-yard line. And they'll take over for their second possession of the first half. Both teams have all their timeouts. Of course, that is 3 full and 2 22nd. So here comes David Frew for his second drive of the game. And let's see what they can do. .6:30 to go. First quarter here from Doyle Field. No score. Blue Devils and Pioneers. Here comes Frew to the line. Ball in the near hash. 2 men in the backfield. Receivers to his left and right. He'll snap and go back to pass. Slips. Comes set though. Goes deep to the far sideline. And incomplete. Was intended for number 10, Joe Okra. Nice recovery by Frew after slipping. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from their own 47-yard line for St. John's. .6:23 to go. Ball in the near hash. Frew breaks his huddle and comes to the line. Split backs behind him. Receivers to his left and right. Frew will snap and hand to number 20, Glenn Sonthanax. Short gain, actually short loss on the play. Loss of about 1. 3rd and 11, Pioneers. From their own 45. 6 minutes to go here from Doyle Field. It'll be a 3rd and 11 for the Pioneers. Frew comes to the line, I formation behind him. Receivers to his left and right. Man comes in motion from the near sideline, going to the far. He'll snap and fake the handoff and roll to the far sideline. Frew being chased by number 50, Jack Reed. He'll throw incomplete, intended for number 83. I'm sorry, that's going to be 87, Mike Hanlon. Be a 4th and 11 St. John's, and they'll be forced to punt once again. 3 and out for the Pioneers. Joe Gallagher, Joey Henry, back for your Blue Devils. And once again, number 13, Matt McCullen, doing the punting for the Pioneers. McCullen will snap, and the punt is away. And it will be taken by number 14, Joey Henry, as he'll go to the far sideline and will be wrapped up by number 35, B.J. Blair. Belair. Kind of like in the Fresh Prince. Anyways, ball in the far hash with 5:17 to go. Blue Devils out for their second possession of the game. I formation, LeBlanc under center. Receivers to his left and right. He'll snap, fake the handoff, and then hand to number 32, Eric Sanchez, who is in the offensive line, replacing number 1, Jason Morales, as we've gone over. As he's being substituted by multiple people, depending on the formation. Short gain for the Blue Devils. Actually, an official gain of 3. It'll be a 2nd and 7 Blue Devils from their own 40-yard line. 4:50 to go here from Doyle Field. No score here in the first quarter. LeBlanc breaks his huddle. I formation, receivers to his left and right. Blank under center, snaps and fakes the handoff, and then laterals out to number 32. Eric Sanchez fumbles the lateral. They're waiting for a signal. Recovered by the Pioneers. Jack Reed was in there for the Blue Devils, and multiple people were in there for St. John's High. So the Blue Devils' second possession ends on a fumble, and the Pioneers will come out for their third possession into Blue Devils territory. They're on the Blue Devils' 40-yard line with 4:27 to go. 1st and 10 for David Frew. Breaks the huddle. I formation behind Frew. 2 receivers to the near sideline. Man goes in motion is number 20, Glenn Sonthanax. Frew snaps and hands to number 26, Jim Fitton. They're going to credit him with a gain of 3. It'll be a 2nd and 7 Blue Devils. 2nd and 7 Pioneers, I'm sorry. From the Blue Devil 38-yard line. 4 minutes to go here from Doyle Field. And so far, the 5 drives that have happened in the game, nothing really exciting. Probably the most exciting play so far had to be the deep pass by Pioneers quarterback David Frew that was incomplete. I formation behind Frew, snaps and pitches to number 26, Jim Fitton. Comes to the near sidelines, going to break free. James fumble, but he's ruled down. That was number 26, Jim Fitton, with the big run. He was wrapped up by number 12, James Malone, who made up for some defensive missed tackles. And it'll be the St. John's 1st and goal from the Blue Devils' 8. 3:33 to go. First quarter action here from Doyle Field. No score. Let's see what happens here. Frew comes to the line. 2 men in the backfield. A snap and hand to number 31, James Abbasi. And that'll be a 4-yard gain on the play. Be a 2nd and goal for the Pioneers from the Blue Devil 4. And we've got a timeout on the field.
Timeout. St. John.
It's a 20-second timeout.
Leominster High School PTO will meet next Tuesday at 7 p.m. in the media center.
That was once again a 20-second timeout for the Pioneers. Just enough to get the play to quarterback David Frew. And with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go, the Pioneers are driving here, and they are deep into Blue Devil territory on the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Frew under center, ball on the near hash. Will snap and hand to number 26, Jim Fitton. Will run it in for the touchdown, Pioneers. So with 2:58 to go, first quarter, St. John's strikes first, and they lead it 6-0. Point after coming up. The Devils couldn't stop that run. They couldn't jam up the middle. And Pioneers head coach Anthony Wood must be very happy with his team's 3rd drive of the game, as that results in a touchdown. Extra point is up and no good as it's hooked way left. The kicker was number 15, Josh Booth. But nonetheless, the Pioneers lead your Blue Devils 6-0 with 2:58 to go here from Doyle Field. And we'll be right back for your Blue Devils' third possession of the game here on the flagship station for your Blue Devils, LHS TV 36. And welcome back, everybody, to Doyle Field. The kicker, number 26, Jim Fitton, will kick to the Blue Devils. And that was number 32, Eric Sanchez, after his return was waffled. So, the Blue Devils will come up for their third possession of the game. 1st and 10 from their own 31. 2:49 to go. First quarter action here at Doyle Field. Paul LeBlanc will break his huddle and come to the near hash. I formation, receivers to his left and right, will snap in hand to number 34, Danny Santabria. Short gain on the play. Of course, your Blue Devils coming off of that very disappointing loss to the Neshoba Chieftains, 21-0, and stand with a record of 4-2. And so 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. LeBlanc will break his huddle and come to the line. LeBlanc will snap and hand to number 33, Dane Williams. And he goes to the far sideline. Short gain on the play. He was actually driven out of bounds, so the clock stops here in the first quarter with exactly 2 minutes to go in said first quarter. And your Blue Devils trail 6-0. Actually, Williams got the first down for your Blue Devils. And minute and 55 to go. Ball on the far hash. LeBlanc will break his huddle. Gallagher with a little confusion will come to the line. Blank snaps and hands to number 34, Danny Santabria. And that was Gallagher having a little confused. Line up. And it's mental errors like that that have cost the Blue Devils. But actually, on the upside, the Blue Devils or the Pioneers, neither have gotten a flag thrown on them here in the first quarter of play. I probably just jinxed that, but hey, that's what I'm here for. So, minute and 15 seconds to go. First quarter action here at Doyle Field. Blue Devils trailing 6-0. LeBlanc breaks his huddle. He'll snap and hand to number 33, Dane Williams, and he's wrapped up. Short loss on the play. We're under a minute to go. First quarter action here from Doyle Field. Ball on the Blue Devils' 43-yard line. They have yet to see Pioneer territory. And we've got a whistle coming in here. And that is officially the end of the first quarter, as the scoreboard still had 40 seconds on it. But at the end of the first quarter here from Doyle Field, your Blue Devils trail 6-0. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. And welcome back to Doyle Field, everybody. And Blue Devils football here on LHS TV 36. LeBlanc will snap and roll to the near sideline looking for a receiver. Shovels a pass. Incomplete. Intended for number 34, Danny Santabria. That was a nice last-minute resort there as LeBlanc tries to make something out of nothing, and he can't do it. And then he'll bring up fourth down, a 4th and 9 for your Blue Devils from their own 41-yard line with 10:52 to go in the first half of play. And so Paul LeBlanc will go back to punt for your Blue Devils. Back to receive the kick for St. John's is number 10, Joe Okra, and number 20, Belin Sontax. LeBlanc will snap, plant, and the kick is away, and it's a beauty. It's going, Okra will have to go back 10 yards to get it. Sean Booth misses the tackle for your Blue Devils, and then does end up tripping up Okra. And that will be 0 on the return. And so, the Pioneers will take over with 10:39 to go, first half of play. And this will be their 4th drive of the first half. And their first 2 drives failed, and their 3rd resulted in the touchdown, which has put them in the lead 6-0. Frew will break his huddle, ball on the far hash. He'll come to the line, I formation, 2 receivers to his left. Frew will snap, fake the handoff, and roll to the far near sideline, and is sacked by number 74, David Ludina. And that'll put the Pioneers back to their own 10. It'll be a 2nd and 16 with 10 minutes to go. Frew breaks his huddle, ball in the center of the field. Frew goes under center I formation, receivers to his left and right. He'll snap and hand to the man on the bottom of the pile. And I'm told it is number 20, Glenn Sontanax. Names get more and more difficult every week. Nonetheless, it'll be a 3rd and 10 for the Pioneers on their own 15-yard line. We are under 10 minutes to go. First half action, the Pioneers lead your Blue Devils 6-0. Frew will break his huddle and come to the line. Split backs in the backfield. Receivers to his left. Frew under center. Snaps and hands to number 30, Manny Loco. Hey, there's an interesting name. But Manny Loco's run will result in nothing, as it'll bring up a 4th and 9 for St. John's. Gallagher and Henry back for your Blue Devils, and doing the punting for the St. John's, Matt McCollin. And the kick is away. It is going toward Henry. He'll go to the far sideline and will get in to Pioneer territory. And for the first time today, your Blue Devils offense will come out in Pioneer territory, and that will be their 4th drive of the first half. Coach Dubs and company trying to get something going here. It's a 1st and 10 Blue Devils from the Pioneer 44. 8:26 to go here from Doyle Field. Blue Devils trail 6-0. LeBlanc under center. And flags are down. LeBlanc goes back to pass and throws incomplete. And there was nobody really in the vicinity, but the play was blown dead pretty much. It'll be encroachment against the defense. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty, and it'll be a 1st and 5 for the Blue Devils. So pretty much on that play, LeBlanc just snapping the ball and maybe trying to make something happen. If they get more than 5 yards, they'll decline the penalty. But nothing resulting. LeBlanc will break the huddle on a 1st and 5 from the Pioneer 39-yard line. Gallagher having trouble getting the signals right. LeBlanc under center from the I formation will snap and hand to number 34, Danny Santabria. Joe Gallagher having a lot of trouble getting things straight down there on the field. LeBlanc having to shout the signals out in his positions. Got to clean that up if the Blue Devils are going to get something going. Ross O'Donnell going out for your Blue Devils. I didn't see who came in his replacement. I believe, yeah, it was number 31, Billy DeLillo. I formation for your Blue Devils. LeBlanc under center, receivers to his left and right now, as DeLillo went in motion. He snaps and hands to number 34, Danny Santabria. Very short gain on the play. but it's enough to get the first down for your Blue Devils with 7:43 to go. First half of action. Of course, this would be a fine time to tell you. Stay tuned here to LHS TV 36 for Halftime with the Poet, when I will interview the poet Bob Cross, and he will give us his first half analysis. Of course, a feature you can only see here on the flagship station of your Blue Devils, LHS TV 36. I'm Todd Robbins, live here from Doyle Field. 7:28 to go. LeBlanc under center will snap, fake the handoff, and roll to the far sideline. He chucks it deep and incomplete. Intended receiver, number 88, Joe Gallagher. And he was looking back at LeBlanc like, wasn't that pass supposed to be a little shorter? But anyways, with 7:18 to go, first half of action, your Blue Devils trail 6-0. Blue Devils having trouble putting points on the board, as last week they were shut out against Neshoba 21-0, and right now are being shut out, as I said, 6-0. Devils have got to put points on the board to win ball games. That's the only way you can do it. Breaks. LeBlanc will break the huddle and come to the line. I formation, receivers to his left and right. He'll snap, fake the handoff, and then lateral out to number 33, Dane Williams. Comes to the near sideline. Short gain on the play. About 7 minutes to go. Your Blue Devils trailing it here 6-0. Offense having trouble getting a jump start. I'm sure when they do, they're going to explode, as they've been held out for 2 weeks, and you know how much Coach Dubs hates to be shut out. So it'll be a 3rd and 7 Blue Devils from their own, from the Pioneer 29-yard line. LeBlanc will break the huddle, ball on the near hash mark. I formation, receivers to his left and right. It's number 22, Ross O'Donnell, and number 88, Joe Gallagher. He'll snap an hand to number 34, Danny Santabria. Stuffed, no gain on the play. Blue Devils just can't get anything open up the middle. That'd be in my opinion then. Let's start going to the sideline and trying to get some yards, but and they can do. This will bring up 4th down for the Blue Devils. 4th and 6 from the Pioneer 28. 6:10 to go. And the Blue Devils look like they are going to go for it here on 4th down, trailing 6-0. Gutsy call by Coach Dubs on a 4th and 6. LeBlanc breaks the huddle and comes to the line. I formation. Receivers is number 31, Billy DeLillo, and number 88, Joe Gallagher. LeBlanc back to pass, being chased, throws complete to number 34, Danny Santabria. Gets to the far sideline and is taken out of bounds short of the touchdown, but he's got the first down for your Blue Devils. What a great play. LeBlanc making something out of nothing, and that's his specialty here. So it'll be a 1st and goal for your Blue Devils. And they're inside the 5-yard line. Ball on the 2. And LeBlanc will break the huddle and come to the line. 3 men in the backfield behind him in an I form. He'll snap and hand to 34, Danny Santabria. Touchdown, Blue Devils! So it took them 4 possessions to do it, but your Blue Devils get into the end zone with 5:33 to go, first half of action, and tie this game up 6-6. Joey Henry on to attempt the extra point here to break the tie. So that ends the Blue Devils' 2-week scoring drought. And from the look on Coach Dubzinski's face, he is very happy. Henry to attempt the extra point. James Malone will hold. He'll snap. Ball in the tee. Kick is up and good. And your Blue Devils lead 7-6 with 5:33 to go. First half of action here on LHS TV 36. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody, to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. Your Blue Devils lead with 5:33 to go. First half of action, 7-6. Joey Henry will tee the ball up for the kick. And Joe Okra and Glenn Saltanax back for St. John's. Henry's kick is away. Will go toward number 20, Glenn Saltanax. Will come to the near sideline. Still on his feet and is finally driven out of bounds by number 40. Justin Madrigal. Wow, are these names fun. So, the Pioneers are out for their 5th possession of the game. Quarterback Dave Frew will break the huddle. Come to the line. I formation behind him, receivers to his left and right. He will snap. Hand to number 26, Jim Fitton. Short gain on the play. As you take a look at the St. John's cheering section, as they attempt to rally the troops. And they trail right now 7-6. Back to live action. I formation, Frew under center. Snaps and hands to number 26, Jim Fitton. Short gain.
Third down and 5.
This will be a 3rd and 5. St. John's on their own 48-yard line. 4:10 to go. Ball in the near hash. Frew breaks the huddle, split backs behind him. Receivers to his left and right. Frew will snap and hand to number 31, James Abbasi.
James Abbasi, the ball carrier. Into Leominster territory.
And that'll bring up 4th down, a 4th and 1 for the Pioneers. Ball on their own 49. Pioneers coach Anthony Wood electing to go for it here on this 4th and 1. Timeout, Leominster. That's a 20-second timeout. They now have 3 full and 1 20-second remaining, and that's the same for the Pioneers as they have 3 full and 1 20-second remaining.
Everyone is encouraged to dress up. The party will be about to start. Florence City Hall of this range.
3:27 to go. First half of action here from Doyle Field. Your Blue Devils leading it 7-6. Again, after we come out of this timeout, St. John's is electing to go for it here on 4th down. A 4th and 1 as they trail by a point, 7-6. They'll break the huddle and come to the line. Ball in the near hash. Frew under center. Split backs behind him. Receivers to his left and right. They'll go under center. Frew will snap and pitch to number 30, Manny Loco, who will run for the first down for the Pioneers. Unbelievable. Blue Devils having a lot of trouble stopping the run. And that's another thing they have to do to keep the opponent from scoring. So, you know, little things the Blue Devils have been working on, and they're not doing real well. Frew on a 1st and 10 from the Blue Devil 43 will go under center I formation. Will snap and hand to number 30, Manny Loco. Gain of about 4 on the play. It'll bring up about a 2nd and 6. Manny Loco. There's a candidate for name of the year right there. Frew comes to the line. Receiver to his left, I formation. Will snap and hand to number 20. Glenn Sontanax will leap and bound and be close to the first down. Yes, first down, Pioneers. As we've got a 20-second timeout. 20-second timeout taken by the Pioneers. They are now out of 20 seconds, left with 3 fulls for the next 2:26. As you can probably hear in my mic, the St. John's sideline drum band percussion thing. I don't really know what to call it. I can't find the words for it. Yeah, it really is. They're like the plastic drum gang. But anyways, Frew under center out of the eye. He'll snap, fake the handoff, and roll to the far sideline. Looking downfield, throws incomplete as it was a mile high, intended for number 87, Mike Hanlon. And that'll bring up second down. 2nd and 10 from the Blue Devil 32. 2:20 to go. First half of action here from Doyle Field. Blue Devils lead it here, 7-6. Frew under center I formation. Snaps, fakes handoff, and then does hand to number 20, Glenn Sonthonax, who gets the first. Let me take that back. He'll be close to the first down for St. John's, but will come up just short. And we're at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. First half.
2 minutes till you can visit the concession stands at upcoming halftime located at...
And this will be a good time to plug our halftime show. Halftime with the Poet right here on LHS TV 36. Myself, the Poet Bob Cross, giving you first half analysis and stats. Frew will snap and hand to number 30. Manny Loco comes to the near sideline, is tripped up by number 14, Joey Henry. Will keep him short of the end zone, but gets another first down for the Pioneers. And it'll be a 1st and goal just outside the 5-yard line. At about the 6, they're going to call it. It'll be a 1st and goal at the 6. Minute 52 to go. First half, Blue Devils lead it here, 7-6. 7-2-6. Frew at the goal line. Snaps. Hands to Manny Loco. He'll come up just short of the line. And we've got a full timeout taken by St. John's. And we're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. And welcome back to Blue Devils football here on LHS TV 36. Pioneers hand to number 30, Manny Loco, still short of the end zone. Minute 26 to go. And we've got another full timeout taken here by the Pioneers. Once again, we'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. And hello, everybody. Welcome back to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. Minute 26 to go, first half of play. St. John's Pioneers find themselves 3rd and goal at the 1. Frew taking his time in the huddle. Ball in the near hash. He'll break that huddle and come to the line. Split backs, receivers to his left and right. Frew under center. Snaps, hands to Manny Loco, plunges forward, and driven back by a wall of blue. And the Pioneers will use their last timeout. Once again, we'll step away. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. And as we come back here on LHS TV 36, we're going to full timeout taken by the Blue Devils. We'll step away again for a moment, and we'll be right back.
You can pick up your winnings.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football.
4th and goal, St. John's.
4th and goal for the Pioneers. Frew audibling here, under center. Snaps, hands to number 31, James Abassi. Touchdown, Pioneers, and the Pioneers are back on top, 12-7, minute 14 to go, first half. Number 15, Josh Booth, on to attempt the extra point here. Actually, with all the questioning going on, it appears they're going to go for 2. Frew's still in there. They are going to attempt to go for 2 here. Unbelievable. And they're going to attempt the conversion here as they are up 12-7. Frew, wait, we got flags down. Referee Bernie McCaffrey slaps himself with his own flag, but it's going to be a delay game against the Pioneers. And that'll take them back 5 yards, I believe. And it appears they're still going to go for 2, though, as Frew is still out on the field. So, Frew will come to the line. Puts a man in motion going from the near sideline to the far. Frew under center will snap in hand, fake the handoff, and roll to the far sideline. Going for the corner. And the conversion is good. It appears from this angle, though, he did not get it. But according to the official on the sideline, he got it. Conversion good for the Pioneers. They lead 14-7, minute 14 to go. First half of play. We'll give you a timeout update. St. John's has none, and your Blue Devils have 2 full and 1/22 remaining for the minute 14 that remains in the first half. Again, stay tuned for Halftime with the Poet here on LHS TV 36. Myself and the poet Bob Cross giving you first half analysis and much, much more. Some stuff you might not even want to know. Number 26, Jim Fitton teeing the ball up to kick it for St. John's. Dane Williams, Joe Gallagher, and Eric Sanchez back for your Blue Devils. Fitton walking it off, setting, and his kick is away. End over end to number 33, Dane Williams. Cuts back toward the middle of the field, breaks free. He's got it being hooked by the shirt here, and will be taken down right around the Blue Devil 38-yard line. Minute 5 to go, first half of action. Blue Devils, 2 full, 1/22 remaining. This is their 5th possession of the first half of play. And they trail 14-7. And we'll see what they can do here. LeBlanc breaks the huddle. Ball toward the middle of the field. I formation, he'll snap and hand to number 33, Dane Williams. Comes to the near sideline. He's got the first down and a little bit more. First down, Blue Devils. And I believe they've taken a timeout here. Now the clock is stopped for the spot. It'll be a Blue Devil 1st and 10 from the St. John 42. LeBlanc, I formation, under center. Snaps, rolls to the far sideline. Laterals to number 32, Eric Sanchez. He's hit in the backfield. Short loss on the play. Clock running, 36 seconds. 35, and the Blue Devils will take a timeout. And that's a full timeout. They now have one full 120-second remaining. We'll take this opportunity to step away. We'll be right back. Blue Devils trailing 14-7, 35 seconds to go, first half. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Doyle Field. Todd Robbins here with you. Blue Devils trail 14-7, 35 seconds to go, first half of play. LeBlanc under center, snaps and goes back to pass. Heaves it incomplete, in and out of the hands of number 22, Ross O'Donnell. Makes a nice attempt at a leaping grab, but he can't do it. So clock stops with exactly 30 seconds to go. Bring up a 3rd and 15. LeBlanc breaks his huddle. 2 men in the backfield behind him. LeBlanc will snap and go back to pass. Scrambles out of the pocket. Goes to the far sideline, is wrapped up, and he is not taken out of bounds. Clock is running, and the Blue Devils will be forced to take a timeout with 20.2 remaining. Let's see what it is.
Timeout, Leominster.
Blue Devils taking a timeout here as the officials can't get it straight as to what it is. I'm going to assume it's a 20-second timeout. That baby was too short to be 90 seconds. So, LeBlanc on a 4th and 12, under center, 20 seconds to go. If they don't convert, whoa, 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 whoa. The anxious man was number 78. Andrew L. Guerin he jumped a month before everybody else. And a mixed reaction as to whether he was drawn. Nope. False start against number 78, Andrew L. Guerin of your Blue Devils. And that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Bring it back to the Blue Devil, the Pioneer 49. 4th and 18. Really, really deep pass is my guess. I formation behind LeBlanc. He'll snap and go back to pass. And he'll chuck it deep to the far sideline. Complete. Complete to number 22, Ross O'Donnell. And he gets out of bounds with 12 seconds to go. That's a first down for your Blue Devils. And they're going to take their last full timeout here. And with that, we'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. And welcome back, everybody, to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. Big pass completed by number 22, Ross O'Donnell, just before we went to break. LeBlanc under center will snap and go back to pass with 12 seconds on the clock. Checks it deep for the end zone and incomplete. Intended for number 88, Joe Gallagher. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10, 7 seconds on the clock. And officially, it does look like there is time remaining. Whether it's 7 seconds, we'll never know.
2nd down and 10.
So it'll be a 2nd and 10 Blue Devils. LeBlanc to probably throw another bomb. And here comes the man of the day, Ross O'Donnell, back into the huddle for what will probably be the last play of the first half. I formation, actually, split backs behind LeBlanc. He'll go under center and snap and go back to pass. Throws deep to the near sideline. Complete. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Pass completed to number 88, Joe Gallagher, with 1.5 seconds to go. First half, your Blue Devils trail 14-13. And Joey Henry on to attempt to tie this game up with the point after. Unbelievable. That's all I have to say. 2 straight big bombs for your Blue Devils. Put it in the end zone. Joey Henry for the extra point here. Got to keep those nerves down. Ball on the tee. Kick is up and good! And we got a tie game with 1.5 seconds to go. 14 all. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. Joey Henry will skip a kick to run out the clock here. And that's it. We'll be right back, myself and the poet, right on the Blue Devils sideline in just a moment. At the end of the first half, here on LHS TV 36, Blue Devils 14, Pioneers 14. We'll be back for the exciting conclusion of this game and a halftime show in just a moment here on LHS TV 36. And welcome back, everybody, to Doyle Field as we are at halftime. Blue Devils 14, Pioneers 14. Two big plays there at the half, Bob. What are we in for? Second half action.
It's been a great football game, and those two passes right at the end, like you said, really put us right back in this ball club, gave us ball game, and gave us confidence that I think will carry over to the second half. Something that we really needed after St. John's went down. Our defense gave a great stand there, but 4 tries from the 1 yard line. It was just inevitable that St. John's was going to score. But the way they handled themselves and right at the last part of the second half, I think we'll come out getting the ball the second half, first possession, get on the field and score, and get some momentum and win the game.
Early in the first half, did the defense seem a little lackluster?
Well, after last week, the second half, I think our defense has been our strong point all year. The offense has sputtered here and there. But I really feel like the defense, when they had to make the big play, they made the play. And hopefully they'll continue the second half and bring a victory home.
Thank you, Bob. And we'll be right back with second half action here on LHS TV 36. And welcome back, everybody, to Doyle Field as we are about to get underway here in the second half. First half statistical roundup brought to you by your friends at the Weather Channel. The Blue Devils had 5 possessions, and their fifth and their fourth possession resulted in touchdowns. And the Pioneers also had 5. Their third and their fifth resulted in touchdowns. The kick from the Pioneers goes to number 32, Eric Sanchez. Decent return on the play, and the Blue Devils will come out for their first possession of the second half. They're 6th overall. Again, each team 5 timeouts per half. 3 full, 2 22nd, brand new MIAA rule. Again, updating you, the Weather Channel forecast. Again, and it has come true. Mostly clear. Low, we're getting down around 40. And there has been no wind as predicted. LeBlanc snapped and handed to number 34, Danny Santabria. Short gain on the play. $14-all is the score here from Doyle Field as we are just underway in the second half. About 10:19 to go, third quarter. 2nd and 9 Blue Devils from their own 29. LeBlanc will snap, fake the handoff, and lateral to number 32. Dane Williams comes to the near sideline. He'll be close to the first down. Close, but close doesn't count.
Third down and 2, Leominster.
It'll be a 3rd and 2, Blue Devils. Ball at the 36-yard line. LeBlanc breaks his huddle, comes to the line. I formation behind him, receivers to his left and right. LeBlanc under center will snap and hand to number 34, Danny Santabria. Will take it straight up the middle, and I think he got it. Waiting for a signal from Bernie McCaffrey. McCaffrey will take a timeout for measurement. 9-8-5, 3-3-3. And McCaffrey and crew will once again stretch out the chains. And they are short. Not by much, but short nonetheless. Bring up a 4th and 1 for your Blue Devils with 9 minutes to go. Coach Dubs bringing on or sending on the kicking team, as they're not going to gamble here. 14 all at their own 36. So LeBlanc goes back to punt for your Blue Devils, back to return for the St. John's Pioneers, number 10. Joe Okra. LeBlanc will snap, kick is away, going to Okra. They'll skip in front of him, does make contact, ball loose, recovered by St. John's, but they'll take a substantial loss on the play from the original spot. Almost a blundered play. Actually, it was a blundered play. St. John's just able to recover. So here comes David Frew for the Pioneers. First possession of the second half of play. Ball in their own 30, 1st and 10. Breaks the huddle, and Frew will come to the line. He'll go under center I formation, man in motion from the far sideline to the near. He'll snap in hand 2. Man on the bottom of the pile, couldn't get his number. Is number 30, Manny Loco. Be a 2nd and 6. Frew under center. Snaps. Hands to number 30. Manny Loco breaks free. He's got the first down, I think. Yep. First down, Pioneers. And there'll be a 1st and 10 Pioneers from their own 41. 7:50 to go. Second half of action here from Doylefield. Frew under center I formation. He snaps, fakes the handoff, rolls to the near sideline, throws incomplete, intended for number 20. That is Glenn Sonthanax. That'll be a 2nd and 10 for the Pioneers from their own 41. Frew under center, split back behind him. He'll snap and go back to pass. Looks over the middle, intercepted! It's intercepted by number 32. Eric Sanchez comes to the near sideline. Big return. Once again, number 32, Eric Sanchez with the big interception for your Blue Devils. And they'll come up for their second possession of the second half, deep into the heart of Pioneer territory. And that right there could turn the tide in the ball game if Paul LeBlanc and company can capitalize. I formation behind LeBlanc. He'll snap fake the handoff and then does hand to number 32. Actually, no, it's number 33, Dane Williams, as he comes to the near sideline. Short loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 12 for the Blue Devils. And so, the ball is on the Pioneer 22-yard line. LeBlanc hands to Williams. Goes to the far sideline. Possibility of a short gain. And they do give him a short gain. It'll be a 3rd and 9 for the Blue Devils. Ball on the far hash. In comes number 22, Ross O'Donnell. LeBlanc breaks his huddle. I formation behind him. Receivers to his left and right. He'll snap and hand to number 34, Danny Sanabria. Fumble! And we'll wait for a signal. Recovered by St. John's. And so they'll come out for their 2nd possession of the day. So the teams exchange misplays. And St. John's will come up for their 2nd possession of the 2nd half, deep in their own territory. Ball located on their 11-yard line. 5:40 to go, 3rd quarter here from Doyle Field. It's 14 all. Blue Devils and Pioneers. Once again, Devils defense came out a little flat. Offense came up charging, but can't come up with anything. Ball on the far hash, through under center, I formation. Snaps and hands to number 26, Jim Fitton. And there'll be no gain on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 10 for the Pioneers from their own 11. About 5 minutes to go here from Doyle Field. Ball toward the middle of the field, through under center. Will snap and pitch to number 26, Jim Fitton, who is wrapped up by number 44, Greg Giadoni. Big loss on the play.
Third and 14, St. John's.
Before this game, they changed it.
7 yards.
Okay, it's just been brought to my attention that Greg Giadoni has changed his number to 54. So that's 54 Greg Giadoni with the big tackle. Through under center will snap and pitch to number 26, Jim Fitton, who goes head over heels and gets nothing. And that'll bring up 4th and 8 for the Pioneers. Going back to punt for them, number 13, Matt McLaughlin. And back to return the kick for your Blue Devils, number 14, Joey Henry, and number 88, Joe Gallagher. McLaughlin's kick is away, will be taken, and fair catch signaled by Joey Henry. Fumbled the fair catch, but does recover nicely. And so, actually ends up getting more yards than he really originally wanted to. So the Blue Devils will come up for their 3rd possession of the 2nd half. Inside Pioneer territory at the St. John 37 with 3:37 to go. 3rd quarter action here from Doyle Field. Blue Devils 14, Pioneers 14. These two great teams are butting heads. LeBlanc under center. I formation. He'll snap and pitch to number 32. Eric Sanchez rolling to the far sideline. It's a halfback pass. Pass deep and tipped. Incomplete. Sanchez's intended receiver was number 22, Ross O'Donnell. A little bit of a trick play thrown in there. We haven't seen that yet this season. Dubzinski trying anything and everything to break this tie. And that was not that far from happening. Be a 2nd and 10 for your Blue Devils from the 36-yard line. LeBlanc under center I formation. Receivers to his left and right. Snaps, hands to Sanchez. Fumble! I think Joe Gallagher does have it for the Blue Devils. Gallagher does have it. Woo! That was close. Blue Devils offense having trouble holding on to the ball. Somebody get the stick 'em down on the sideline. 3 minutes to go. Third quarter action here from Doyle Field. The score is 14-14. Be a 3rd and inches for the Blue Devils. I formation behind LeBlanc, ball on the near hash. He'll snap and hand to number 32, Eric Sanchez, who goes to the far sideline, and he looks like he got it. First down, Blue Devils. LeBlanc breaks his huddle. Ball on the far hash. It'll be an I formation. Joe Gallagher to his right. Billy DeLillo to his left. LeBlanc backs, snaps, and hands to 32. Eric Sanchez. And he'll get a short gain on the play. Be a 2nd and 7. Will be a 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils from the Pioneers' 17-yard line. I formation behind LeBlanc. He'll snap, fake the handoff, roll to the near sideline, firing deep and incomplete. Intended for 88, Joe Gallagher, who had no idea the pass was going to him. As he turned around as if to say to LeBlanc, I'm a little lost. Catch me up, please. So it'll be a 3rd and 7 Blue Devils from the Pioneers' 17-yard line. Minute and 42 seconds to go. Third quarter action. LeBlanc, I formation, snaps, rolls to the near sideline, looking deep and downfield. He decides to tuck it and run, and he'll get back to the original line, maybe a gain of a yard, nothing more than that. Blue Devils will take a full timeout here, and we'll do the same. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. And welcome back to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. Minute and 8 to go. Third quarter action here from Doyle Field. 14-all, Blue Devils and Pioneers. LeBlanc under center, snaps, fakes the handoff, rolls to the far sideline. LeBlanc being chased. He'll heave it away. Incomplete. Flag down. Ball did come into contact with number 77, Leo Fortier, but I believe he was not a legal receiver. We will wait. Penalty is against the Blue Devils. Yeah, that's what it is. Illegal receiver downfield against the Blue Devils. And That'll force a turnover on downs. So the Pioneers first and 10 from their own 14 for the Pioneers. This is their third possession of the second half. Minute to go. Third quarter action. David Frood, quarterback for the Pioneers, trying to rally the troops to break this tie. Frood split backs in the backfield, will snap and pitch to number 30, Manny Loco. Gain of about 5 on the play. And I give him about 6. Nope. You know, could somebody get that stick straight? Gain of 5. It'll be a 2nd and 5. Ball on the Pioneer 19-yard line, 2nd and 5. 30 seconds to go. Through under center. And appears that'll be a false start. If it is, it's against 64. Where's Mike Menger? Yep, false start against the Pioneers. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. And back them up, 2nd and 15 Pioneers from their own 19.
Second down and 10.
No, I'm sorry, 2nd and 10 as it was 2nd and 5. Under 10 seconds to go. Third quarter. And I don't know if they're going to get this play off. 3 seconds on the clock. St. John's takes a 20-second timeout with 4/10 of a second. No, not 4/10. I don't think anybody on the field actually knows how much time is left. But what they're going with officially is that is the end of the third quarter here from Doyle Field. Tie game, Blue Devils 14, Pioneers 14. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. And hello everybody and welcome back to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. Todd Robbins here with you. Start of the fourth quarter. Tie game, Blue Devils 14, Pioneers 14, teams change ends. Ball on the far hash, through under center. He'll snap and hand to number 31, James Abbasi. Be a 3rd and 2. So we're taking a look at the 1999 Blue Devils marching band. And now back to live action. Fruit taking his sweet time in the huddle. Ball toward the middle of the field, through under center, I formation. He'll snap and pitch to Manny Loco, number 30. He's taken out of bounds. Going to be a short loss on the play. Bring a 4th down anyways, and from deep in their own territory, the Pioneers will be forced to punt. This would be a good opportunity to tell you that next week we'll be right here at Doyle Field. Here on LHS TV 36, Blue Devils will host Milford. Matt McLaughlin back. Spiraling kick goes to Joey Henry. Breaks free of the first tackle and then is just kind of stuffed. But he does get over midfield, and that will put the ball at the Pioneer 47. This is the Blue Devils' 4th possession of the second half. Timeout situation for both teams. Blue Devils have 2 full, 2:20 remaining. And the Pioneers, the way I understand it, have all of theirs, as they called a 20-second timeout with 4/10 of a second to go in the third quarter, but it wasn't charged because according to the official on the field, time had run out. Nonetheless, LeBlanc snaps and hands to number 22, Ross O'Donnell. On a little bit of an end-around type play. Loss of 1 on the play.
That coffee wasn't too good.
One exciting game here. 2-13, second and 13. LeBlanc snaps and hands to number 34, Danny Sanabria. Short gain on the play, actually gets a yard ahead of the original line, so that'll bring it to a 3rd and 9. Ball on the 46-yard line. .808 to go in this game, and right now we are deadlocked, 14-all. Neither defense budging here in the second half. I formation behind LeBlanc, receivers to his left and right. He'll snap, fake the handoff, and then does hand to number 33, Dane Williams, who will be stopped in the backfield for a loss on the play. And so that'll bring up 4th down for the Blue Devils, and they'll be forced to punt here as their 4th drive, like their 1st, 2nd, and 3rd drive, all stall here in the second half. And so the Pioneers will come up for their 4th possession. Joe Okra back to return the kick. Kick from LeBlanc is away. It is a high and spiraling kick. They let it skip. It's going to take a St. John's bounce and is down by number 16, Jeff Syria. So here comes David Frew and the crew of St. John's as their fans, who packed it in pretty well actually here to Doyle Field tonight, try to get something going here, try to pump the team up. First and 10, Pioneers. Ball on their own 23. Ball in the far hash. Frew under center. Split backs behind him. Two receivers to his right. He'll drop back to pass. Dumps it to number 20, Glenn Sonthax. He's got the first down and will be driven out of bounds around the 42-yard line. That was Glenn Sonthax. Clock stops with 7:03 to go. 4th quarter. I don't know if we'll ever break this tie. This game runs in tomorrow. Would somebody send me a cup of coffee, please? And the way these defenses are playing, it looks like we might run into tomorrow. I formation behind Frew, ball in the near hash. Man goes in motion from the near sideline to the far. Frew will snap and pitch to number 30. That was Meniloko. Fumble ball. We've got a scrum going on. We've now switched to live rugby, and Jack Reed, number 50, has the ball for the Blue Devils, and they'll take over for their 5th possession of the second half, and they are inside Pioneer territory. What a play by number 50, Jack Reed, diving into the good old rugby scrum and coming out with the football. Here comes Paul LeBlanc, Blue Devils quarterback, in for his 5th drive of the second half, 10th for the game. I formation behind LeBlanc, receivers to his left and right. He'll snap in hand to number 32, Eric Sanchez, still on his feet, and will get about a yard, maybe 2. And with 6.5 minutes to go, we've got a tie game here at Doyle Field, 14-all. Ball on the Pioneer 36-yard line. Be a 2nd and 9 for the Blue Devils. LeBlanc snaps in, hands to Sanchez once again, runs into a wall of white, breaks free, fumbles. He does recover his own fumble, and it is signaled that they do have the ball. Actually, the Blue Devils picking up a gain there. Maybe they should just keep fumbling the ball downfield. I don't know. It'll be a 3rd and 5 Blue Devils from the Pioneer 34-yard line. 5:45 to go here from Doyle Field. Blue Devils driving here. Ball on the far hash, LeBlanc under center, 2 men in the backfield, the receivers to his left and right. He'll snap and go straight back to pass. Fake, and now throws deep, looking for Gallagher, and it's intercepted by number 10, Joe Okra, with a big leaping interception, and the Pioneers will come out for their 5th possession of the second half. Well, the Blue Devils' drive ended by Joe Okra with a big leaping interception. And so, with 5:21 to go, the Pioneers will take over. Deep in their own zone, actually on their own 7-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10. Split backs behind Frew, 2 receivers to his left. Frew will drop back to pass. Throws incomplete, but I guess the intended receiver was number 20, Glenn Sothanax. Frew going in with the play here. It'll be a 2nd and 10 from their own 7-yard line. Frew comes to the line. Actually, Frew in a shotgun formation. 2 backs, one to his left and right. 3 receivers on the line. Drops into his own end zone, fires deep and incomplete. Intended for number 10, Joe Okra. Not many teams use the shotgun formation, so that's probably only the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen it used this year. I don't think we've seen it successfully used, though. So it'll be a 3rd and 10 Pioneers from their own 7-yard line. 5:12 to go. 4th quarter action here from Doyle Field. Game deadlocked, 14 all. You pick 'em, folks. Frew under center, split backs behind him. He'll snap, fake the handoff, and then does hand to number 26, Jim Fitton. Will be wrapped up after a short game. That'll bring up 4th down on the play. And so from deep in their own end of the field, the Pioneers will be forced to punt. Back to punt for them will be Matt McLaughlin. And going back for your Blue Devils to return it, number 14, Joey Henry, and number 88, Joe Gallagher. From his own end zone, McLaughlin snaps. And the kick is an end-over-end kick. Will be taken by number 14, Joey Henry. And he'll be taken down at about the 44-yard line of the Pioneers. And so the Blue Devils take over for their 6th possession of the second half, 11th overall. At the Pioneer 44, 1st and 10. Correction, 1st and 10 Blue Devils from the St. John 37. Ball on the far hash, I formation behind LeBlanc, 2 receivers, one to his left and right. LeBlanc under center, snaps and goes straight back to pass. Rolls to the near, big wall, trips. He's got the ball, but a substantial loss on the play. Ball will go back to their 39-yard line, or rather their 41-yard line. 4 minutes to go in the game. Deadlocked here, 14 all. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like a tennis match. I formation behind LeBlanc, receivers to his left and right. He'll fake the handoff, and it'll be a quarterback keeper. And he'll get it back to the original line as he came to the near sideline. And all he could get was back to the original line, so I'm going to guess that'll be about 4. Be a 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils. 3rd and 10 for the Blue Devils. From the 37-yard line. LeBlanc under center I formation, receivers to his left and right. Little motion, but they get back on sides. LeBlanc back to pass, heaves it deep, and complete! Touchdown, Blue Devils! That pass was completed to number 88, Joe Gallagher, who reels it in. Woo! What a catch! There's a candidate for Player of the Year right there. What a throw, what a catch, what a play for the Blue Devils as they break the tie and are on top with 2:46 to go. Fourth quarter action, 20-14, extra point coming up. And the Blue Devils are going to take a timeout here, I believe, as that's what they're signaling to Bernie McCaffrey. Yes, they are going to take a timeout, and that'll be a full timeout. And at this, we'll take this opportunity to take a commercial break. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. Joey Henry on to attempt the extra point. Ball is down, but the kick is good. James Malone handled the bad snap beautifully, gets it down, and the kick goes up and good. And your Blue Devils lead it 21-14. Unbelievable. I am still in awe, as are all the people on the St. John's sideline. I believe they should all kind of roll their tongues back into their mouth because their tongues have been hanging out since that catch was made by Joe Gallagher, as was everybody here at Doyle Field. Woo-hoo-hoo! Unbelievable. And so Joey Henry will kick to the Pioneers. So that was on their 6th possession for the Blue Devils of the second half. They do score the touchdown to end the second half scoring drought as the teams went back and forth, possession for possession. Henry will tee the ball up. Blue Devils leading it 21-14, 2:46 to go in the game. And Henry will now kick it off. Let's see if the Blue Devils defense can hold them. Timeout situation. Blue Devils have 1 full, 2:22. And the Pioneers have 3 full and 2:22. Blue Devils break their huddle. Henry will mark off the distance. Set, and we're ready to go. And the kick is away. Will be fielded by number 10. Joe Okra goes to the far sideline, will be driven out of bounds. Flag down back by the kickoff line. Run around the mark for offsides. And we'll see. Bernie McCaffrey with the call. Offsides against the Blue Devils kicking squad. We'll wait for a confirmation, but that's what it looks like. Penalty is declined. First down, St. John's at their own 37-yard line. 21-14 Blue Devils, 2:34 to go. Fourth quarter action here from Doyle Field. In a nail biter, your Blue Devils are leading it by a touchdown. David Frew under center, I formation, receivers to his left and right. Men comes in motion from the far sideline to the near. Frew will snap, fake the handoff, and come to the near sideline. Throws complete to number 20, Glenn Sonthanax. And we are rapidly closing in on the 2-minute warning here. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. Well, Frew will snap and roll to the far sideline as that 2-minute warning should have come. He'll chuck up a prayer. Complete. Pass completed to number 10, Joe Okra, with the big catch for the Pioneers. And wow, there's another candidate for Player of the Year. Unbelievable, as David Frew just chucked up a prayer. I mean, that pass didn't look like it was going anywhere. But Okra makes the catch, making something out of nothing. And they've got the first and goal, and they will take a timeout here, and so won't we. So with 1:48 to go, fourth quarter action, your Blue Devils lead at 21-14, but the Pioneers have a first and goal when we come back here at LHS TV 36. Hello everybody and welcome back to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. With 1 minute and 48 seconds to go in the game, your Blue Devils lead at 21-14, but after a big pass from Frew to Okra, the ball is now on the Blue Devils 7-yard line, and the Pioneers have a first and goal from there. I formation behind Frew, ball on the far hash mark. Man goes in motion from the far sideline to the near. He'll snap and pitch to number 26, Jim Fitton, gets nowhere. Oh, they're going to give him a yard. It'll be a second and goal from the 6. St. John's will take a 20-second timeout. We'll stay with you here. Timeout situations. Blue Devils have 1 full, 2 20-second. St. John's has 2 full, 1 20-second.
I don't know. No tie. Win or lose.
Some speculation going on in the box right now as to what would happen if St. John's was to score. Would they go for 1 to tie or go for 2? Consensus is they should go for 2 for the win. First of all, they've got to score.
I bet you we'd score.
I wouldn't count your chickens before they hatch, though. Frew under center, split back. He snaps, hands to number 30, Manny Loco. Looks for the end zone. Waiting for a call. No, he's ruled down. He is not into the end zone. That'll bring up a third and goal from the Blue Devils 1. Blue Devils defense does recover and wrap up Manny Loco, stopping him short with 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock. What a nail biter. Frew coming to the line, split back. Under center, snaps, Frew, quarterback keeper. Waiting for a signal, and it's a touchdown for the Pioneers, and they're now within 1 point. That arises the situation. Score is 21-20, Blue Devils. Do the Pioneers go for 1 to tie the game or 2 to win? And the consensus in the box is they go for 2 for the win with 53 seconds to go. And they're going to take a full timeout, and so won't we. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. And hello everybody and welcome back to LHS TV 36's coverage of Blue Devils football. And after the timeout, Neshoba electing to go for 1. Blue Devils will take a full timeout here. We're going to stay with you through this timeout. Blue Devils are out of full timeouts and now have 2 20-second timeouts left. I don't know if this was a wise decision here. because with 2:20 left, all you have enough time to do is stop a clock. You don't have time to get out and get a play and get back into the huddle. So, assuming they stay with it, the Pioneers are going to go for one to attempt to tie this game up. But right now, with 53 seconds to go, 21-20 Blue Devils as they take a timeout.
He missed one?
Yes, as that is being noted in the box, the kick by Josh Booth earlier on the touchdown.
Who missed? Booth or Pittman?
Booth. Booth hooked that kick. Wait. We have a change here. As, after the Blue Devils timeout, the Pioneers have elected to go for two in the win. With 53 seconds to go, your Blue Devils lead at 20. Whoa, wait. And we get another timeout. We're taking a commercial here. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Blue Devils football here on LHS TV 36. The Pioneers are going to go for two here. Blue Devils still lead 21-20. The 2 points would mean the Pioneers would be on top with 53 seconds to go. Frew snaps, hands to number 30, Manny Loco. He's into the end zone. The conversion is good, and the Pioneers lead your Blue Devils 22-21 with 53 seconds to go. And if you take a look at the St. John sidelines, they are flipping out. We're going to take this opportunity to step away. We'll be right back here on LHS TV 36. And welcome back, everybody, to Doyle Field and Blue Devils football here on LHS TV 36. Once again, a nail-biter going on. 52 seconds on the clock. Pioneers lead your Blue Devils 22-21 after converting on that 2 points. The kick skips to number 24. Greg Pamarini goes to the far sideline and is driven out of bounds. In Blue Devil territory, they are taking over on the Blue Devil 30. The Blue Devils take over on their own 36-yard line. 1st and 10 Blue Devils. 45 seconds left. They have 2 20-second timeouts. Pioneers only have 1 20-second left. Neither team has any full timeouts as they blew them all down, deciding on a conversion. I mean, come on. It'll be a first down for your Blue Devils. Ball on the far hash. Ball on the 37-yard line. It's a 1st and 10. Split backs behind LeBlanc. LeBlanc under center. Snaps and goes back to pass. Has to throw it. Has to dump it off to number 88, Joe Gallagher. And he's stopped inbounds. Clock running. 35 seconds on it. 20-second timeout. Blue Devils. I guess this is why the MIAA instituted those 20-second timeouts, is because of these situations to stop the clock.
Dumas and Murph. Look at all the tactics Dumas has. It's not even the full game. This is just what I have.
31.9 seconds to go in the game. Blue Devils trail 22-21. They have the ball on their own 38-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 9. Ball on the near hash mark. LeBlanc will break the huddle here. Unbelievable is all I have to say. I've only been doing this now this will be almost 2/3 of the season, and I'm loving every moment of it. LeBlanc back to pass. Rolls to the far sideline. Looking downfield. Clock is running. He has to keep and eat the ball and take it out of bounds to stop the clock. 23 seconds left. There'll be a 3rd and 9 for the Blue Devils. Ball on their own 38-yard line. Blue Devils trailing 22-21. LeBlanc comes to the line under center. Snaps and goes back to pass. He's looking deep and downfield. He's wrapped up, breaks one tackle, and is sacked in the backfield He is sacked by number 77. John Clark. Clock running 5. Blank gets it off and does spike the ball, stopping the clock with 1.8. The Blue Devils, not realizing it was 4th down, spiked the ball on 4th down. And that's it. St. John's have the ball with 1.8. According to my charts, the Blue Devils had a 20-second timeout, elected to spike the ball. That's the game nonetheless. And the final score here from Doyle Field, Pioneers 22, Blue Devils 21. As the Blue Devils, unknowingly on 4th down with the clock running out, snapped it, spiked it on 4th down, turned the ball over, and that's the game. According to my charts, they had a timeout. I don't know what to make of this, folks, but nonetheless, final score here from Doyle Field, Blue Devils 22. I'm sorry, Pioneers 22, Blue Devils 21. And for Richard Levy, my cameraman, and our producers, Robert Bailey and Adam Wilson, we'll see you next week here at Doyle Field when the Blue Devils host Milford. But for now, I'm Todd Robbins. On behalf of all of us here at LHS TV 36, have a great evening, and so long, everybody.
Wow, those are some fantastic memories preserved in the archive of Leominster TV. Whether celebrating the thrill of victory or capturing the agony of defeat, all of us at Leominster TV have endeavored to embody this recent quote from NBC broadcasting legend Bob Costas, who said in his 2018 induction speech at the National Baseball Hall of Fame, quote, "While the game is the thing and the players are the stars, how those games are perceived and remembered is often shaped by those who chronicle them." That quote from Bob Costas sums up our mission over the last 19 years and will continue to chart our course long into the future. The awesome responsibility of chronicling Leominster athletics is a tremendous honor that all of us at Leominster TV are proud to be a part of. Thank you so much for joining us on this celebration, 20 games for 20 years. I'm Todd Robbins. On behalf of my producer, Kate Robbins, archivist Jack Selly, editor Bradley Bedard, and all of us in the Leominster TV family, until next time, so long, everybody.
Black coffee, I'm in trouble. Black coffee, I see trouble. Man, 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 I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm so dizzy. Black coffee, please get busy. Oh, 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 nothing to get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble. I'm so dizzy. Please get busy. Man, 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 I'm not gonna get home. Black coffee, I'm in trouble.